How does the UN General Assembly shape international humanitarian law? Imagine a global stage where countries come together to decide the rules of war and peace. That's what the United Nations General Assembly does in shaping international humanitarian law. It's like a big meeting where nations agree on how to protect people during conflicts. The General Assembly adopts resolutions that help define and develop laws that protect civilians, prisoners of war, and medical workers. These resolutions are not legally binding but carry a lot of weight because they show what most countries agree on. They reaffirm principles from the Geneva Conventions and push for new norms to adapt to changing conflicts. The General Assembly also acts as a loudspeaker for humanitarian issues. It raises awareness about violations of laws meant to protect civilians. Through debates, reports, and thematic discussions, it encourages countries to respect their obligations under international law. When violations happen, the Assembly highlights these issues, urging states to take action and follow humanitarian principles like distinction and proportionality. Another important role is supporting cooperation between the United Nations and the International Committee of the Red Cross. The Red Cross is the guardian of the Geneva Conventions, and the General Assembly promotes partnerships to improve how laws are applied on the ground. It encourages countries to work with humanitarian organizations to help victims and ensure aid reaches those in need. The General Assembly also pushes for accountability. While the Security Council handles peace and security, the Assembly supports efforts to prosecute war crimes and serious violations of humanitarian law. It endorses the creation of international criminal tribunals to bring perpetrators to justice. This helps protect civilians and those hors de combat, or out of the fight, by making sure violators face consequences. In times when the Security Council cannot act because of disagreements, the General Assembly can step in. It uses the Uniting for Peace resolution to authorize collective action, including humanitarian interventions. This allows the international community to respond to crises and protect civilians even when other bodies are deadlocked. The Assembly also guides humanitarian operations. It endorses principles that ensure aid reaches vulnerable populations without discrimination. It emphasizes that humanitarian organizations must operate safely and independently, which is key to saving lives and providing medical care during conflicts. Finally, the General Assembly keeps an eye on how well countries follow their treaty commitments. It asks the Secretary General to report on the implementation of laws like the Geneva Protocols. This monitoring keeps international attention on compliance and encourages nations to uphold their legal obligations. All these activities show how the United Nations General Assembly helps shape international humanitarian law. It sets standards, promotes respect, supports cooperation, pushes for justice, enables collective action, guides relief efforts, and monitors compliance. Together, these efforts strengthen protections for civilians caught in conflicts worldwide.